Because I'm standing on what I'm standing on. Yeah. And I'm not talking about standing on what I'm standing on with my homeboys. I'm talking about I'm standing on what I'm standing on with me. I ain't no big bad dude, nothing like that. But I'm standing on what I'm standing on.
Right.
Wheatley Courts.
How young was you? I mean, how big was you being 16 and going, or 18 and going to prison? Was you? Because you're not no big guy.
I was a little old bitty thing.
That's what I said. But you had that heart.
Man, look, and let me tell you something. I ain't had no little man complex neither. You know, it's just they couldn't see where I'm a giant.
Right.
I'm a giant.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
When you get ready to go in at 16, let's talk about that. You go. What unit did you hit first?
First I hit Gaza.
Then you hit Gaza.
Then I hit Turl. And Turl unit was probably one of the hardest units at the time.
Yeah, it used to be the one.
It's
used to be the one.
Yeah. But you know. But again, my mindset is I'm at the Wheatley Courts. This the way I'm gonna live, and this the way I'm gonna die.
What about Garza? Garza was a transfer facility at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Garza was hard, man.
I know, mostly Hispanics, right?
Yeah. Garza was hard because it's like you got so many new people that's coming to prison that don't know the rules and regulations. So it's like a lot. Wow, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no structure. You know, and then coming out of San Antonio, like I say, we got it hard because it ain't that many of them.
It ain't hardly none of y'all going down there ripping San Antonio.
So when we see a bus coming out of Dallas, man, we celebrate. We know it ain't gonna be nothing but some buses. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, coming out of Houston, we like, man, come on. But then they switched the routes up to where Houston was going somewhere else and Dallas was going somewhere else, man. So we thin.
The Hispanic down there, boy, they ready for all the action, right?
And you know, and the Hispanic community, they on this what you call respecto. Hey, respecto, homeboy. You disrespect me, you know what I mean? So they get it big when it's a lot of them too, you know what I mean? So you gotta, you know, it ain't as easy as you would think it'd be, you know what I
mean? No, you can't even think it'd be easy.
Yeah, but you live through it though.
On the Terror Unit, you had to stay there. That's like that was like at that time, was it a gladiator farm? Was it bad as Ferguson, or was Ferguson even a thing at that time?
So Terror Unit was worse than Ferguson because Ferguson, they came from Ferguson. They came from there. They came from other units.
Yeah, you said Darrington?
Terrell was a new unit. So they was coming from all over the mixing pot. Yeah.
Wow. And how long did you stay on the Terrell unit?
I stayed over there about a year.
Okay.
So in the midst of me staying over there, they did a big shipment again. Because it was just too many youngsters. So they shipped us all over the state. Then I ended up going to Cofield.
Yeah.
Cofield. And Cofield was an older unit.
That's right.
You know, which make it more dangerous.
Yeah. I want to ask you something, OG. You in Texas, they shipping from place to place. They don't want you to get comfortable. For a while, they was doing that real regularly. In San Quentin, or when you was doing time, wasn't no moving around like that, or was it just you go to one facility and you?
Well, see, when I went to prison, you had to be 25 or older to go to San Quentin.
Okay.
And then you had a certain range. San Quentin was called the warehouse. When you done everything you could, DVI was called Gladiator School. Soledad, that's AYA. I got stabbed in Tracy in DVI. And then when I caught the case and went to San Quentin, I was one of the youngest in San Quentin. I came straight out of Youth Authority and went to San Quentin. And it's a different type of momentum. So once San Quentin is like, you didn't tow up every other penitentiary. Now everybody in San Quentin is killers. Homosexuals, sissies, everybody in there is murder suspects. You dig what I'm saying? Wow. So it's not like, you got this kind of guy. When you say something, when you say F a man in the morning, somebody gonna die this afternoon. Because your homeboys ain't gonna like it, my homeboys ain't gonna like it. Somebody either got to die or get off the yard. That was, Compton, California was called murder capital of the world in 1973. And it had 20 dead bodies. All of them wasn't killed in Compton, but they were found and it was murder. In San Quentin in 1973, we had 189 stabbings and 12 killings in a year. Murder capital of the world. Nobody had a gun. It was so vicious at that time. Dudes would say, "Man, can you bring me some bread from the chow hall? Because they wasn't coming out." Hell no, I ain't coming out this cell. You know, so it's in his dispensation. We got 52 prisons in California now. We got more prisons, actually prisons, and you know, we got 250,000 inmates. Wow. They call them inmates because when I was in prison, we was convicts.
Yeah.
An inmate is they don't call them prisons anymore, they're institutions.
Yeah.
So they maintain you mentally to become an inmate. You feel what I'm saying? So they section stuff off, and just like in California, Mexicans run the penitentiary.
But inmates, here they turned to offenders. I remember that time. You remember that? Mm-hmm. So they went from inmates, because that would be on your card, to offenders on that blue card with the orange, with the red writing on it. You remember that when they first did
with
that?
With the red writing.
Yeah, you remember that card? Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you basically get in there and basically the politics going on, with it being so many Crips and Bloods, and you being a leader, but y'all being so small, how do you maintain and how do you thrive?
You got to stand on what you stand on. You got to stand on what you stand on. And one of the best things about life is,
pull up to the mic a little bit.
One of the best things about life is that no matter what room you go in, if you be you, you're gonna be respected. If you go in that room and try to change, like if I would have went to prison and became a Crip or became a Blood, a Texas bad boy, you know, a Mandingo warrior, it would have been different. I wouldn't have stood on what I stood on. Because when I left the world, what I say? We was the big kahuna. So no matter where I go, that's what I'm gonna be.
Right.
Wow.
What's realer than that? I'm not saying that that's not real over there or that's not real there. I'm saying what's realer than this? We can have that conversation. Because I'm standing on what I'm standing on. Yeah. And I'm not talking about standing on what I'm standing on with my homeboys. I'm talking about I'm standing on what I'm standing on with me. I ain't no big bad dude, nothing like that. But I'm standing on what I'm standing on.
Right.
Wheatley Courts.
How young was you? I mean, how big was you being 16 and going, or 18 and going to prison? Was you? Because you're not no big guy.
I was a little old bitty thing.
Buck 05. But you had that heart.
Man, look, and let me tell you something. I ain't had no little man complex neither. You know, it's just they couldn't see where I'm a giant.
Right.
I'm a giant. Been a giant all my life, playing sports. Quarterback, point guard. You know, I'm a giant. We winners in these projects. Ain't nobody tougher than us. Ain't nobody better than us. We take that all around the world. And we handle that business just like that.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.